Live, live, live. We're live. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to my channel. It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. How's it going there, you guys? Welcome to the, what is it? The Wednesday edition. November the 7th, 2018. Welcome to the show. Hump Day. Hope you're doing well today. Hope it's going okay for you out there. Greetings, one and all, from Canada, the USA, from the United Kingdom. Greetings from for my friends in Europe, in Australia, New Zealand, Japan, other parts of Asia, the Caribbean. I have viewers from the Caribbean, South America. You guys are everywhere. I love it. Welcome one, welcome all. I hope you're having a good day. And did you have fun last night? My American friends, did you have fun? How about today? You have fun today? Yeah. What a show. Boy, I'll tell you, daytime television was never this exciting, but it is now. What can I say? Unbelievable. Earlier today, during that press conference that lasted, what, hour and a half? I scanned the channels, like I just kind of, there were, it was on every channel. It was just unbelievable. I think the Weather Channel had weather. And maybe the Cartoon Network, still hard. Well, no, there was a, no, that was a real cartoon. Sorry, yeah, that's right. It was a cartoon. I'm getting political. I can't do that. All right, let's not get political. But what a couple of, wow, 24 hours. Holy geez, unbelievable. And I'm in Canada. By the way, I'm in Canada. Hi there, everybody. I'm in Canada, Creston, British Columbia, just north of the Idaho border, the U.S. Border, 3 miles north. And here in Canada, in Creston in particular, gorgeous, sunny out right now, but really nasty clouds everywhere, and I don't know how long this sunshine is going to last. And we have rain this morning, and there is snow falling on our mountaintops around us here. We're at about 1,800 feet elevation, and the snow line is at about 4,500 feet. So the snow is getting lower every little while, another 500 feet, another 1,000 feet. It's coming down here. It'll eventually hit us at 1,800. And we'll get snow, but how much and how long it'll last, nobody knows. It's still early winter for us, or late fall, I suppose. We'll see how it works out. I guess it's fall until the 24th of December, though, isn't it? Really? Or is it the 22nd of December, and then it officially turns into winter? Just before Christmas, it turns into winter. Yeah, well, try and tell that without wearing a heavy-duty jacket. Can't fool me. Thank you for joining me today. The old channel, and really, it isn't the old channel. This channel is, in a week from now, or 5 days from now, will be 15 months old. Right now, we're 14 months, 25 days old, being November the 7th. December the 12th will be a year. A year will be 15 months. Excuse me. September, October, November. Yeah, that's right. It'll be 15 months old. Anyway, a year ago today, we had about 65 subscribers, maybe 60, 65 subscribers. Got off the air yesterday with you guys. We were at 5,201. Right now, 5,288. We've added 87 subscribers since yesterday afternoon. Wow, that's more than I had from a year ago, August, to today, like to a year ago today. So yeah, unbelievable. One day, what a day. If there are any new folks watching today, welcome to this channel. Welcome to the show. I'd love it if you signed in and said hi to me. Tell me you're a new watcher, first timer. Where are you watching from? What's your high temperature today? And the gang here they'll all say hi to you, and we'll welcome you into the chat for sure. Love having you here. I love the newbies coming in. If you have never been on a cruise before, this channel's for you, because we love talking about cruise ships and cruise holidays and vacations. We give advice here. If anyone have a question about a cruise line or cruise news or whatever, fire away. I'll do my best to answer it. If I can't answer it on my own, or if some of my viewers don't think I'm answering it quite correctly, they will jump in, and more than happy to lend their assistance, and we will help you out with whatever you need to know. On the other hand, if you're watching for the first time and you are a seasoned cruiser, you're addicted to cruising like all the rest of us are, you need to be on a cruise ship sooner rather than later, you've come to the right place as well, because you are surrounded by people who are just as addicted as you are, and we'll help you with the countdown between cruises, get you to the happy place. So there you go. Welcome one and welcome all. 5,288 subscribers. Wow, we'll be at 5,300 tonight the way this is going. Unbelievable. We just did 5,000 on the weekend. It's incredible. I love it. The views are keep coming in. Thank you for that. I'm really happy about that. They are coming from around the world. They are not from any one region. Although my #1 viewing base is the United States. And hello, Americans. What a 24 hours you guys are having. Unbelievable. Anyway, what else am I going to say to you today? Oh, I just noticed one of my viewers telling me they just received a TWB item. Traveling with Bruce. You can order Traveling with Bruce merchandise if you would like to. Want to wear these around the house or take them on a cruise with you or show them off to your neighbors. Brag to your relatives that you watch my channel. That might not be a good idea. But anyway, whatever you think. These shirts, and I've got coffee mugs, and I have here's one. Here's another logo of mine, Traveling with Bruce. I got about 30 different logos on my Redbubble store. If you get a chance, check it out. Head to my homepage, and you'll find on the top corner, either up here or up here, there are little dots, little icons, and one of them is for Redbubble. That will take you directly to the Traveling with Bruce Redbubble store, where you can order anything you like that they carry. Sometimes some of these logos have like 35 different items available. Tote bags and cell phone covers and hoodies and sweatshirts, women's tops. It just goes on and on. Anyway, you can order whatever you like, and anything you order from there, I get a commission. Thank you very much. Redbubble handles the whole thing. I don't touch any of the money. I don't handle your address. I don't handle the production. I don't handle the mailing. I don't handle returns. They do it all, and they do it well. And I keep getting emails from my viewers who occasionally will order some of this stuff, and they tell me how happy they are and how well looked after they are. You get a tracking number with your package so you can see it's coming. Fantastic. I just love Redbubble. Thank you, Redbubble, for your excellent service. Also, I did post this today. Again, I had a request today from a viewer asking me, Bruce, I want to support your channel. I know you have an affiliate link through Amazon. Where do I find it? I posted it again on my Facebook group page for Traveling with Bruce, but it's also viewable in the description below the video you're looking at right now, and practically every video I've made in the last probably 3 or 4 months. I have there's an email address that starts with Amazon and it's got a bunch of letters behind it. This is an affiliate link. If you click on that, it will take you to the Amazon homepage, the front page of Amazon. Shop till you drop, whatever you want to buy. If you buy anything after you linked in through my affiliate link, this channel earns a royalty, a commission for anything you're buying. And Amazon pays royalties out to all kinds of affiliate marketers out there. And I'm one of them through this channel. And that's a way you can help keep me on the air, because this is my full-time job, 7 days a week. This is what I do for a living. And I'm trying to grow it as best I can to live. Yeah. And cruise. I want to go on some cruises, so I need some affiliate income. More of this. Watch the commercials and tell your friends you like my shows, you've got my videos. Share my videos, please, if you would. That would be great. And give me thumbs ups whenever you can. If you're into doing that, I would appreciate that very much. All of that adds to the momentum of the channel. And then again, thank you also to those of you out there who from time to time will send me funds through a donation button that I also have on my homepage for PayPal. Thank you for PayPal donations. 96% of the proceeds practically come my way. I receive the funds in like 5 minutes. It's unbelievable how fast that is. And thank you also for any of you who do send super chats through PayPal, through YouTube, I should say. Although I only get 70% of that money, I get 96% on PayPal donations, which I and Jennifer far prefer. But hey, whatever works. Thank you, one. Thank you all. All right, enough of that. I want to talk to you today about not a lot of news going on today. It's a lot of good regurgitated stuff happening in the cruise world today. It's all a lot of it is feel-good type stories. Although I got to say, the story about the Carnival Sunshine, where she tipped a little bit, she went on a 30-degree tilt there. That is still raging all over the internet because it's a sexy, scary story. It just gets the imagination going from all kinds of people. But the news today, I noticed a couple of articles. It was talking about the fact that the Royal Caribbean ship, the Symphony of the Seas, is on her way to Florida right now. She will land in Fort Lauderdale tomorrow, and she will then be in Miami the day after tomorrow. And I think she's going to do a quick 4-day cruise out of Miami to Cozumel and back. And I think that one is pretty well being utilized by travel agents, media people, industry people from North America. And the ship will then return to Miami and begin her weekly runs out of Miami for the Western and then the Eastern Caribbean. That is the itinerary for the next extended future, year and a half, 2 years. You can book cruises now for a year from now on the Symphony of the Seas, leaving Miami, heading for the Eastern or Western Caribbean. Best deals. If you want a deal on the Symphony, you can actually get a pretty good priced cruise in January of this coming year. The next 3 months, you can probably get an inside room for about in the 500-600 range, if I'm not mistaken. And balconies will run. I think I saw them around 700 to 800 or 900 per week and then they go up from there. They're going up to about 1,200-1,300 a week, right into prime winter season. That would be February and March. But go to vacationstogo.com, my favorite site that I like to use to check out cruise prices, and you can check out the various costs of these cruises. There may well be promotions. It all depends on what the competition is doing out there. There may well be cabin credits offered for this cruise or that cruise, or they may offer a sale from time to time. But getting a deal on a brand new cruise ship is not easy. It's pretty tough. The only one that I known where in the first 6 months you could get a killer deal was the MSC Seaside, which just started off as a complete disaster out of Miami last year. The first 6 months of that ship's life, and even now, you can still get week-long cruises, balcony cruises, under 700 a week on a brand new cruise ship because the MSC Seaside has had a number of issues. Yet I get so many comments from viewers who say, oh, it's all fixed. It's all great. It's fantastic. There's no problems whatsoever. It's all been North Americanized. And then I'll get 10 more behind it going, oh, it was a disaster. I'm never going to MSC again. So I don't know. Until I'm on that ship for myself, I really won't know. But to be honest, if I have the choice of all these other cruise ships I can go on and know I'm not going to have a bad time, why would I take a chance on MSC Seaside when I'm thinking it might be 50-50? Am I going to play games like that? So, we have to ask ourselves, what do we want to do? The other news today, again, it's nothing earth-shattering, but Royal Caribbean, the Celebrity cruise line that Royal Caribbean owns, they took delivery of the Celebrity Edge cruise ship about 3-4 days ago, and the Celebrity Edge is now coming across the Atlantic, heading for Florida. But it's only got staff on board, as far as I know. I don't know if there's really members of the public on board the ship or not. I don't think it's a full-fledged repositioning cruise with a bunch of passengers on it. I have a feeling there's a 1,400 crew, and there may be some friends of the cruise line and the builders, and maybe that. Again, I don't know. But it'll arrive in I think Miami by the weekend, something like that, towards the weekend, and we're going to hear all about it. You're going to see press all about the Edge from every news hack organization out there. Because it's a pretty looking ship. It's unique. It's distinctive. It has that outside lift that goes up and down the side of the ship, and so it's going to capture a lot of media attention for North American media outlets. And so we're going to hear all about it next week. I keep wondering about this thing on the outside. They call it the magic carpet, I guess. From a distance, you take a look at the ship and you see the side of the ship, and you basically see, going up the side of the ship, 2 steel beams that are in parallel. They just go straight up to the top. And then this looks to me like a construction platform. I mean, that's all it is to me. It's just a metal unit with glass balcony type unit. And it just goes all the way up the side of the ship. And I'm thinking to myself, why would they do that? Why would they build this unit? Because I think they're costing themselves a lot of money. All the balcony rooms that could have been in that space that this magic carpet takes up, from the front of it to the back of it, there have to be 4 or 5 cabins right across, over like 8 decks. Maybe 40 balcony cabins are no longer really balcony cabins. They're probably now ocean view cabins behind this double-tracked, magic carpet going up and down. And over the life of the ship, 25 years, you think about how much money you're giving away in cash from the performance of these cabins. And plus, would you want to be in a cabin where at any time this magic carpet could be sliding down in front of you? It's an elevator, you know, an outside elevator, really, where people can be gawking in on you. Do you want to be that? The other thing that gets me about it is if the ship is going at sea, 20 knots an hour, and there's a 10-mile-an-hour headwind that the ship's going into. Not a crazy day. That's a 10-mile-an-hour wind, no big deal. But it's a 30-mile-an-hour wind to anyone who's putting their head out, looking outside the ship. That unit's not going to be running. that magic carpet is going to be locked in. They can't fold it up and put it away. I mean, it's always hanging out the side of the ship. They probably will have it at the very top and just have it locked off up there. But you know, it's not being used. When can you use this thing? Well, when you're in port or when you're doing tenders, but certainly not going 20 knots an hour into even a 30-knot wind. That's 50-mile-an-hour winds. There's no way you're going to go on a levered or whatever, you know, outdoor elevator type hydraulically operated. No way. I mean, no way. So I don't get it. It looks neat. The artistic impressions of it look interesting, but I don't know how practical this thing is going to be. I really, how much maintenance will this thing need also to stay in tip-top shape? Because sea air is salty air, and the salt and metal and gears, they don't get along too well. And so you can imagine the amount of maintenance that this unit is going to need and require. And I got to wonder also about the insurance requirements. How much insurance, extra liability insurance, is the cruise line carrying for this magic carpet unit that could, you know, move up and down, and silly drunk people could do silly things. I don't know. We hear all about people jumping, you know, falling off of cruise ships all the time. What do you do? I don't know. I do get it that if the ship is tendering, that, you know, you can walk off the ship right onto the platform, just 3 feet above the water line, and then there's the tender right there, and you just walk into the tender. I get that. I mean, that works. But every cruise ship has its own tendering gangplank system already that they can fold up and bring inside the ship and close the door. Where this unit, you can't make it go away, so you got to zip it all the way to the top and lock it in up there. What happens if it sticks halfway up the ship one day and the ship has to get to its next port of call? Are they going to go down the ocean, you know, go along for a 12-hour ride with that thing halfway down or halfway up? And what if it's stuck at the bottom? It's stuck, you know, 3 feet off the water line, and it's wavy out there in outside the port. Now what? You can't sail the ship because this thing's going to get caught. You know, I mean, I don't know. I just it's all new. It's all special. It's all fancy. I'm sure they've done their testing. They've done their engineering. You got to give them that. But I don't know. I'm just, the jury is out. But I bet you that we're going to see Cruise Critic in the next 30 to 60 days between now and the end of the year. They will come out with their awards, and I'll do a show for that. I did a show last year about the Cruise Critic Awards for top cruise ships, as selected by you know, the experts at Cruise Critic, and I'll bet you that the Edge is going to be the ship of the year. I feel it coming. Last year, you remember what the ship of the year was last year? Does anybody know? It's a trivia question. Tell me if you know. What ship was the ship of the year last year, according to Cruise Critic, all the experts? The ship of the year. What was it? Anybody know? I saw that last year and I was shaking my head going, you got to be kidding me. I couldn't believe it. And I'm watching to see if anyone's got it coming. What was the name of the ship of the year? MG told the ship of the year, he says, is the Titanic. Thank you, MG. Yeah, MG's in the house. Robert Brandt, you are correct. The Seaside. They voted, the experts at Cruise Critic announced with great fanfare that the ship of the year was the MSC Seaside. Debbie, you got it right too. The MSC Seaside. And I had just finished watching the day before a video, and it was a poor quality video, handheld with a camera and shaky. Didn't matter. It was done by a couple of travelers from Canada who were on the MSC Seaside on an inaugural cruise in Europe. It was like the first one. and they had that poop smell right in their room, and they had the noise coming from deck 4 below them. They had a nightmare. They had a nightmare, and they were complaining about the food, the entertainment, the service, the lack of who gives a crap at the help desk. They didn't care. They were really just shocked at this so-called billion-dollar marvel of engineering, and they were having problems. And 2 days later, Cruise Critic announces the ship of the year is the Seaside. I laughed. I couldn't wait to get that story out. And my gosh, it just kept going and going and going. For weeks, I had the complaints coming in like crazy. It was just ridiculous. Got somebody here. I think we're going to give them a timeout. I think we're going to let them go. There we go. There we go. That person is no longer here anymore. Sorry about that, folks. I think we had somebody who was just looking to cause trouble. Well, they can cause trouble somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, the Seaside. Holy macaroni. So let's see if the Edge is the ship of the year. My complaint last year was, why are you guys calling this the ship of the year? It hasn't had a paying passenger on it yet. It hasn't even come over to the States yet. It hasn't been broken in yet. Why are you calling it the ship of the year? There were other candidates that could have been ship of the year that have already been at sea and were doing a great job. And then they had the award, for the biggest ship and the best mid-sized ship and all the other stuff. But we'll see what happens this year. I'm thinking maybe the Bliss should be the ship of the year because of the successful career it's had, the successful year it's had. Maybe the Symphony of the Seas. It's been at sea now for what, 5-6 months? No problems from what we were hearing. I don't think the Horizon is the ship of the year. It's had too many little incidents. A little bump in at the pier in New York, a little engine trouble at one of its ports. So maybe not the Horizon. But yeah, maybe the Bliss or maybe the Symphony of the Seas would be my candidates for ship of the year at this point. I don't know about the Edge, but we'll find out. All right. Other than that, all I was going to talk to you guys today was best memories of cruising, onshore experiences, and I was going to rattle off a few of mine. We're going to get your reaction to those, and what your thoughts were on these, and see what your thoughts were on some of the best shore excursions you've ever had and shore visits. I got to tell you, the memories I have here. What have I got? I got 4 of them. How many have I got? 1. I got 2, 3. I got 4. I got 5 of them that I have. Not one of them was a paid excursion. No, the best memories I have of going on cruises were when Jennifer and I went off the ship on our own and did our own thing, and we had far more fun, and it was very affordable. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, one of our memories, the first memory I'll mention right now, wasn't even off the ship. It was on the ship. We were on the Amsterdam, our first ever cruise on a cruise ship together. I had been on an ocean vessel when I was 5 and 7 years of age, crossing the Atlantic. But this is the first time, Jennifer and I together had been on a cruise. We were on the Amsterdam, going down the Mexican Riviera with friends of ours who were with us. They were veteran cruisers, so they were kind of guiding us along. We really enjoyed that. It was the first day, I think it was. I think it might have been the first day. We went to the main ballroom, the big showroom, and we scored front row seats. Our friends said, "Oh yeah, come and follow us, watch this." And we got in there about half an hour before showtime, and we grabbed 4 seats in the front row. I sat down and thoroughly enjoyed it. And they had a fellow on the stage. He's doing a little of everything, a little bit of juggling and magic and joke telling, and it was really good. And he was entertaining. And then he said he needed volunteers. He needed some volunteers for the audience. And Jennifer and I put our hands up, and he immediately got us up there. And then there was another couple who was brought up on stage, and he had us do some kind of a stunt. We had to. I think I had to wear some kind of a giant thing on my head. It was like a big bucket or something. And Jennifer had to take big plastic. They looked like peaches and pears and plums and apples. She had to put these in my head like my hat, and then I had to walk across the stage and then dip them over and make sure they fell into like a big garbage can type thing. And the first person to get all of the units off the tray over to there would be the winner. Well, the audience is having a real laugh on it. We loved it. We had fun doing it. And Jennifer and I were first, and we won they gave us a Pinnacle specialty dining pass for two for lunch. And that was like a $25 value, I think, for each of us or something like that. And so it was the next day, I think, we went for lunch in the Pinnacle room, and it was quite nice. It was quite good. We didn't have dinner in the Pinnacle because we were having dinner in the main dining room at the on the Oosterdam with our friends at a table every night that we had reserved. And I didn't need to go to the Pinnacle room with the main dining room at the Oosterdam. It was exceptional. I hope it's still that good today. But that was one of our first memories of a cruise that, had nothing to do with the ship, really. It had to do with what was happening on board at the time. And this is one of the things I love to talk about with regards to cruising. It isn't just getting you from point A to point B. It's the experience of being at sea and all you can do while at sea that actually make you forget that you're at sea. We're doing this on stage and having a blast. We weren't even thinking about the fact we're on a ship. We're having too much fun doing that and enjoying that lovely lunch. I did notice the ocean passing by the window over there, but the steak was pretty good. Love that. Anyway, so that's one of my memories. I'd love to hear if you have any of your own, and we'll kind of go from there. I'm going to say hi to everybody and get right to it. There are 48 of you here today. Welcome, 48 viewers, 49 now. 21 thumbs ups are already on the board. Thank you for that. If any of you would like to add a thumbs up to the tally, that would be fantastic. Sebastian Shore came in here, said, I'm first one in. Way to go, Sebastian. Welcome to the show. Robert Brandt, hi, Bruce and Sebastian, hi, and everyone. 84 degrees in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands today. Carnival Magic, 3,690 people. The Disney Fantasy with 2,500 people. Independence of the Seas with 4,370 people. And the Oasis of the Seas with 5,408 are all in port today in St. Thomas. And the rum of the day is El Dorado Special. I would think you'd have a special rum today with that kind of a crowd. Fantastic. Holy moly, what is that? That's like 4, 6, 10, 16,000 today. The island is making money today. That's fabulous. He says it's reserve 15-year-old rum from Guyana. Very nice stuff. Wendy Thompson is here saying, I'm the third one in. How's everybody doing? Brittany Lockwood is here. My roommate and I are not looking forward to the temperatures next week because it will be downright cold as there's a real cold front coming through either starting now or very shortly. Not a cold snap, she thinks, but currently she said it's 77 degrees and raining. It's getting cooler down there. Wes Morrison Hybrids 85 in New Braunfels, Texas. Bought gas today at $2.28 a gallon. That's cheap. Received my red bubble order today. Plan on wearing it on my upcoming cruise. He's going on a Viking River cruise in Europe, and I will share pictures while I'm on the cruise. That's Wes. I can't wait to see this. Fantastic. Make sure you show us some of those pictures of the ship you're on, that boat you're on. I'm quite curious to see that Viking River boat you're on. That is awesome stuff, buddy. Paul Wilson saying hello, Bruce and everybody else. Hey, Paul. Tom Henry. Hey, Robert Brandt, Brittany, Wendy, Sebastian. Mary Ellen Shaw is here. Paul Wilson, in 10 more days, I'll be cruising the Western Caribbean on the Norwegian Epic in a spa mini suite. Giddy up, buddy. Giddy up. Let's say give Bruce a thumbs up, and I'll be listening. Rob, that is, where is that? Paul Wilson, he's mini suite, and you gonna get out of the truck for a while. Fantastic. Tom Henry, I got the post office today. Your package is due on Saturday. I've got a package coming from Tom Henry on Saturday. He says, just some trinkets coming your way. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see that. Rob Sutter, hi, everybody. 47 in Batavia, New York. We'll be driving in a couple of minutes. Give Bruce a thumbs up, and I'll be listening. Thank you, Rob. Wendy Thompson, we just had a tortoise walk by the house. Mary Ellen Shaw, how big is he? I love turtles. Oh, hey, Tom Henry. Oh, no, not Batavia. We had a car breakdown 3 years ago. Wire on the condenser broke. Wendy, about a foot across, the turtle, the guy. Holy moly, that's a big size. Mary Ellen, one day I saw a huge tortoise in downtown Somerville, South Carolina, on a busy street corner. He was at least 3 feet, just standing at a street light, just kind of hanging out. Who's going to move him? Kat Rose saying hi. Brittany, I cannot wait to drop off a bag of bonus points tomorrow. I went to a place on campus and bought 7 bonus points worth of stuff. I would have gone to a dollar store if I could have gotten 30 bonus points. Something big about the bonus points, obviously, with Brittany's life. Fantastic, Brittany. Crazy rich guys. Kaya and Janu are in the house. Guys, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. The twins are here. Wendy Thompson saying hello, twins. Crazy rich guys. Hi, Wendy. Paul. Hello, Bruce and everybody. It's 65 in Virginia. Rob Sutter, Tom Henry. I'll take Batavia over some of the places I've broken down. Crazy rich guys. Hi, Paul Wilgus. Tom Henry. Hi, crazy rich guys. Janu and Kaya. And everyone is saying hi to everybody else. Paul Wilgus, Tom Henry, I hope you have a good trip. I would love to be going, but my son, who I haven't seen in 3 years, is coming tomorrow. Robert Brandt, 101 cures for a hangover, ... Paul Wilgus and Robert, and you know them all? Everyone, he says. But the #1 surefire cure always works. Hair of the dog. Yep. Hunter Law, hello, Wednesday. Hello, New York City. Hello, Hunter Law. How are you, Hunter? Welcome back to the show. Heather Young is here. Hi, everybody. Hi, Heather. How are you? Robert Brandt, our cartoon president. Heather, Hunter Law. Nice thumbs up. Cool jazz. Hello, Tom Henry. I guess you're all packed by now. To Nurse Nancy. Hi there, TWB folks. It's still cold, windy, and overcast here in Wisconsin, but not raining. Thankful to have a fireplace. I would say, Nancy. Absolutely, Nurse Nancy. Paul Wilgus. Yep, crazy rich guys. Oh my God, it's so funny. Hunter Law, it was sunny today. Wow, crazy rich guys. Hi, Nurse Nancy. Paul Wilkes, crazy rich guys. Yes, it is. Peter Heckema, hi, Bruce and all. 86 today in Tarpon Springs, Florida. We were out boating this afternoon, and the water temperature is down to 77 degrees from where it was 93 degrees this summer. Gas has dropped down to $238.9 a gallon, and with oil at $62 a barrel, it will keep going down. Kat Rose saying hi, Nurse Nancy. Hey there, twins. Robert Brandt, the snowball effect. Tracy Dunlop, hello, Bruce and all. Nice weather in Naples in the 80s. Robert Brandt, or is it affect? Debbie Manuel's here. Hi, Bruce and everyone. Beautiful and upper 70s here in Northern California. Bit breezy, but at least clear skies. Welcome, Debbie Manuel from Chico. Glad to have you here, and I'm glad you got clear skies. Robert Brandt, hi there, Tracy. Paul Wilgus, hi, Debbie and Tracy. Vivian is here. Evening all. Hi, Vivian from the UK. How are you, dear? Paul Wilgus, crazy rich guys. Did you see where a gay man won a state house seat in Alabama, of all places, with 90% of the vote? How about that? America is changing. Robert Brandt, all the red bubble stuff we've ordered has been of really good quality. Yes, Robert, this is what I get consistently across the board. People tell me they're very happy with the quality of this product, and I'm happy with my product, I'll tell you that. Robert Brandt, Tom Henry, how tall are you? Trying to figure out what car to pick you up in. Paul Wilgus, Robert, that's what I've heard from everybody that's ordered through Redbubble. Good quality. Nurse Nancy, thumbs up, and a fist bump. Wendy Thompson, Robert the Viper. The Viper. Wendy, the V10s go really fast, says Wendy. Robert Brandt, Paul was it really is. We have a ton of these shirts for tourists that are cheapos down here, and the TWB stuff is all really good quality. Lamarck Capu Silvers, greetings from Chicago. 37 degrees and cloudy. Chicago loves Bruce. Bruce loves Chicago. How you doing? LS is in the house. Lamarck Capu. I'll just refer to you as LS. Welcome, pal. How you doing? Welcome back. Peter Heckema on the Symphony of the Seas in 17 days, Bruce, says Peter. Fantastic. Robert Brent, that's a great ship. Crazy Rich guys, I'm not sure. Fast car and day driving to St. Thomas is a great idea for Tom Henry. Robert Brent, laugh out loud. It's not that bad. Wendy Thompson, is day drinking involved? Laugh out loud, Wendy. Tracy Dunlop, hi, Robert Brent. Gloomy day at our house. Not happy with current events. Robert Brent, I think there could be a little day drinking for Tom since he's on vacation. Paul Wilgus, Tracy Dunlop, I'm not either. Robert Brent, understood, Tracy Dunlop. My wife's parents will be there the 22nd. I think we will be up there. Okay, Wendy, remember, Paul, you are in port on a big white ship. Robert Brand, exactly. And I think his day there are 4 or 5 in port. That when he gets in there, there'll be 4 or 5 ships in total. So, Trudy, hey everyone. No, Bruce, I would not want a magic carpet full of spectators sliding by my room randomly. There you go, So Tweety. That's what I was thinking too. Tom Henry, Robert Brandt, I'm 6'2". Robert, hi, So Tweety. Tom Henry, thanks, Paul Wilgus. So Tweety, hey, Robert. Crazy Rich guys, hiya, So Tweety. Everyone's saying hi to everybody else. Let me just get past all that. Deb Guillemette is here. Guillemette, hi, Deb. I'm late, but I'm here. Welcome back, Deb, for I think the second time for my 5 o'clock show. Welcome, Robert Brandt. Those boys made a bunch of money if their deal closes. Tom Henry, height, yes, but a bit wider L. Laugh out loud. Drunk people on cruises, Robert Brandt is asking. So Tweety, congrats, guys. Robert Brandt, I'm wider too. Tom Henry, way to go, crazy rich guys. Rob Brent, everyone is wider. Paul Wilkes, Tom Henry, I was thinking, but wasn't going to say it. Laughing out loud. Robert Brent, I'm debating whether to let those two do a full house. They did a terrific job and had it sold 3 days after listing. That's way to go, you guys. Sold that unit. Nurse Nancy, yes, look at the troubles Carnival has with their sky rides. That salty air wreaks havoc on those metal beams. You see, that's what I'm wondering. We'll see what goes here. Yeah, Paul Wilkes, Crazy Rich Guys, congrats on the sale. Brittany Lockwood, Seaside. Robert Brent, it's a beautiful looking ship. The one with the Swarovski stairs, says So Tweety. And MG Toe, old stinky Seaside. Wendy Thompson saying yes, Tweety. Debbie Mann, yes, So Tweety. Debbie Manuel saying yes, So Tweety. Excuse me. Crazy Rich Guys, thanks, Paul, because we'll see if that deal goes through. I think it will. Nutsoaks is here. Navigator of the Seas, question mark, MG, because some graft was paid to the cruise critic, is what MG is thinking. So Tweety, I would love to cruise on the Bliss. Robert Brandt, like car of the year, not usually a great car. MG Toe, Viking Queen, the Viking Ocean, he's thinking might be ship of the year. I've had no good short excursions. Sylvia, hey all, 69 degrees and sunny at dusk, Greensboro, North Carolina. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome back from Greensboro. Pamplemousse, just goes to show you, you can't put too much faith in Cruise Critic. Debbie Manuel, So Tweety, Bliss was huge and beautiful. Wendy Thompson, we always let a new brand name car go a year before we buy it. Someone else can find the bugs. I agree. Tracy Dollop, how long are you going to be here at Robert Brandt? We'll email you later. Robert Brandt, I agree. Most of the best things are off on your own or with family and not booked through the cruise. So Tweety, did you do Alaska on the Bliss, Debbie? And Nutsoaks is saying Navigator of the Seas. You got anything to talk about Navigator of the Seas? Robert Brandt, not sure, Tracy, on that, but the missus bought a few projects she's planning on renovating. So I may be there a few days and then back and forth while she stays. Sylvia, hi, So Tweety. So many videos you have to enjoy when I get the chance. Laugh out loud. Who else is here? People saying hi to everybody else. Thank you for watching and subscribing, Sylvia. I really love cruising, says So Tweety. So Tweety, you got to be moving in on 500 subscribers pretty soon. So Sylvia, hi, Debbie. Kirk Brunson, a family first cruise. Finally, or no, a family first cruise on Norwegian Gem in September. First this year, was happy with the Great Stirrup Key. So you had your first cruise in September on the Norwegian Gem in September, and you were happy with the Great Stirrup Key, and you probably enjoyed the ship. I can't see why not. Fantastic, Kirk. That is good stuff. I was on the Norwegian Jade. That was one of the ships I was on. It's sort of similar in size to the Gem, might be a bit larger. And I was also on the Norwegian Epic, much larger ship, and enjoyed that cruise. Gigi is here. Hi, Bruce. Looking for update on Navigator of the Seas. Do you know anything new about its situation? Okay, a couple of you guys are asking. The latest I have is passengers are on the ship right now. The word I've been getting, and I've had a number of people text me directly who are on the ship right now. They were saying stuff like Friday in the evening. The cruise line put the word out that they were changing the itinerary from Southampton, where it was going to go from Southampton to Boston to New York and then down to Miami. But that was out in effect. I call it canceled because they just canceled that itinerary completely, and they put a new itinerary together, which would have taken them to Belgium, France, the Canary Islands, over to the Bahamas, and then Fort Lauderdale, and then Miami. And I have some folks who are just really upset with me on the internet mainly on my channel saying, "Oh, you say it's cruise, it was canceled, and it wasn't canceled. They're still getting to Miami at the end of it." Yeah, in a completely different direction and completely different route for obvious reasons. There were very bad storms. They called them cyclones. Very bad storm systems in the North Atlantic, and they didn't want to take the chance to put this ship through those kinds of waves. With the fact that one of the stabilizers has effectively been disabled, it's either snapped off, broken off, or has been retracted and not being used at all. They're down to 3 stabilizers, 2 on one side, 1 on the other. Anyway, the cruise line contacted the travel agents that booked the trips for passengers. And the travel agents were the ones who were supposed to contact the cruisers, the passengers, to let them know what's going on. I don't know who contacts who when you use an online booking service where they don't have human beings to contact you, or maybe they'll send you some kind of a cryptic email. But a whole bunch of people showed up in Southampton without any knowledge that they were not going to Boston or New York, that they were going this new route. And there are folks on this ship who had planned a year ago to take this cruise and to get off the ship in Boston. They were just going to get off the ship in Boston. They weren't even going to Miami. There were folks getting off in New York because they had flown from New York to Britain to visit and do some traveling and then take this ship back to New York. They weren't going to Miami. Now they're not going to New York at all. They're not going to Boston at all. They find out, they come to the ship and go, surprise, we tried to contact you. Well, that's a lie. The cruise line did not try to contact individual cruisers, according to people on the ship who are telling me what happened to them. It was that they contacted their travel agents, and now it was a crapshoot whether you got any word or not as to what was going on. So that's one issue. There is some compensation being offered people if you did not take the cruise. If you on the spot said, no, I'm not going, you would be given a full refund for your cruise. You would be given a refund for airfare if you had booked the airfare through the cruise line. If you book the airfare on your own, you're not getting any of that back. And I don't think you're getting any hotel money back either. So you're out a pile of dough. And you're stuck in Southampton. Yeah, surprise. Did you just drop off your rental car? Did you just cancel your hotel? Did you just walk out of the hotel in London this morning? And now you got to find a hotel. You got to find transportation. Oh, what are we going to eat tonight? Because we're not on this cruise ship. So, yeah, problem. They were offering, I think, a 25% credit towards a future cruise, if I read this correctly. So that news I have. As far as the mechanics go, word I'm hearing is it will take a minimum of 6 months for a new stabilizer to be ordered and created, built. It will then need to be delivered to a dry dock location, wherever that is, and the ship will have to meet the fin or the stabilizer at a dry dock spot in 6 months. Now, I know that the ship is going into dry dock, I think in February next year or March. So that's not 6 months out, but close. So the question is, can the ship get the stabilizer done during its major dry dock for $115 million? Or will they have to literally get the major renovation done, cruise for a couple of months, and then slip her in for a couple of days to cancel a cruise, get her in for emergency dry dock, put the new stabilizer in, and then get back to work. I don't know. That's what I know about the Navigator of the Seas as of right now. I also have been watching her so-called track. Where is she? She's hugging the French coast. She's not in the middle of the Atlantic yet. She's hugging land all the way down. She's going to be hugging Portugal, working her way to Gran Canaria, and then from there, I think she might have been in Gran Canaria today, as a matter of fact. And then from there, heading across the Atlantic. We're going to find out in the next couple of days just how stable this ship is. Is it rocking like this from side to side as he's moving forward? What is the amplitude of the rocking motion? How are the passengers handling it? I don't know. The ship's destiny is it's going to Miami to do short-term cruises after its renovation. I think for now, though, when it gets to Miami, it's doing 5- and 7-day cruises through December, through January, and then I think February dry dock, and then March or April back to work at 3- and 4-day cruises out of Miami. So we'll find out how that works out. If anyone knows anything more, let me know. I'll pass the word on to everyone out there that's interested. MG Toast Specialty Dining is a waste of money on Holland American Princess. It's all good in the dining room. That's right, sir. Sylvia, I love cruising too, but I can only go once every couple of years. You winning the lottery something to go all the time. That's what I need. Debbie Manuel saying hi, Sylvia. Wendy Thompson on Princess. I would go enjoy the pool at the spa after dinner. The spa and a drink relaxing. Yeah, it is just absolutely wonderful to do that. So Tweety, Princess food is great, but the Crown Grill is an experience, and the French onion soup, oh my. So Tweety, they had a $25 excursion on the Allure to go volunteer at a community center. Oh, great. I don't know if I'd be interested in that, but hey, for some. Sylvia, hi Tom. You ready for the Brants? I'm sure you'll have a great time with them. Wendy, shrimp and more shrimp on Princess, please. So Tweety, laugh out loud. No, so Tweety saying laugh out loud. No, Sylvia. I had a lot of short cruises which cost less, and I'm a I'm a deal hunter. Can't say enough about drop and go sales. My best ever excursion was river rafting in Costa Rica. We saw 3 kinds of monkeys and tons of wildlife. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Sylvia So Tweedy, that's a good deal. Robert Grant, $25 to volunteer. So Tweedy, sounds like fundraising. Brittany Lockwood, I need the points in one of my classes. It has nothing to do with the show, but I'm struggling with my online class, hoping that my points go toward that class. Right on, Brittany. You make that work for you. Nurse Nancy, we took the plunge and decided to invest in Carnival Cruise Line. I'll be watching the market now. Did you just buy the shares lately? You probably bought at the right time. If you bought the shares in the last little while, you're doing it at the right time, because the shares of, what did you buy? Carnival Cruise Lines, $58.67 today, up $1.42. They hit a low of $53 just last week. Hopefully they'll recover into the 60s, and you'll already be ahead of the curve. We'll see what happens. The other 3 cruise lines, the other 2, Norwegian and Royal Caribbean, also went up. The Dow was up 500 points today, in case anyone wants to know. A big day on the Dow, celebrating the election. Nurse Nancy, Robert Brandt, smart Nurse Nancy, so Tweety, agreed. It would be nice if the lines facilitated volunteering in port for free. It'd be great BR. Tom Henry, driving at the moment, going to pick up the BMW. Robert Brandt, did you get the light off? It's what they're wondering. And maybe we've got a troublemaker here. I don't know. Let's see here. Let me kind of look here. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. He's kind of come and gone. Ronnie Coleman, what's up with you? Tracy, okay, Robert Brandt, just let us know. We're doing some traveling over Thanksgiving week. I'll be back in the 24th, 25th. Robert, I'll let you know, Tracy. Nurse Nancy, where do some of these people come from? Sylvia, congrats, Janu and Caillou, on the sale of your house. Tom Henry, they think it's a mass airflow sensor, but it was replaced last year, so we're going to drive it home. We're going to drive it a little more. So Tweety, nicely done. Robert Brandt, I think that's what they thought the sensor flaw was with mine, it says Robert. Debbie, yes, so Tweety, I took Bliss while in Alaska, and she enjoyed it. I can tell you that. Tom Henry, Robert Brandt, I have my St. Thomas shirt to wear. Robert's going, that's good. No one else in St. Thomas wearing a St. Thomas shirt. Laugh out loud. Reggie and her man, Tom Henry, you look like a tourist. Maybe not coming off the ship, Tom Henry saying. Vivian, Southampton Hotel's going to be happy. Yeah, they would be happy with a whole bunch of these passengers not going on the ship. Now, the person who was on the ship said the ship was active, that not everybody canceled. A lot of people still went on this cruise because they were given a 25% credit for the cruise and a 25% discount on the future cruise. So they're going anyway because they're going to end up in Miami. But it's not at capacity. Absolutely not at capacity. Vivian, thank you. Brittany, I'm glad I'm not on the Navigator and not have cruises booked on that ship. So Tweety, congrats, Nurse Nancy. And Gigi, thanks so much for your answer. We're supposed to do a short 5-night cruise, December 2 to 7. A little nervous. Right on. Yeah, anyone who's going on the Navigator of the Seas once she's in Miami, I think you'll be fine. I don't expect the Caribbean seas to have 40 to 80-foot waves. Not that. They should be pretty calm, and you should be just fine. Lots of islands for the ship to duck around and avoid crazy weather systems and crazy waves. So I don't expect the Navigator to have a really rough time coming in and out of Miami for 5- and 7-day cruises. So you folks should be all right. Another shipboard memory that Jen and I have, we were just talking about this morning. What were our favorite times that we've ever had on cruise ships? We're talking about St. Thomas. We came to St. Thomas on the Explorer of the Seas, and this is now about 4 or 5 years ago, before I did this kind of thing, and before I knew that the Brants even existed, or they knew me existing. And we got off the ship, and we walked. We could see from the ship the cable car. We could see it going up the side of the hill. We'd heard about it. I'd seen video on it on YouTube. So we took a walk along the roadway, didn't even bother with a cab, and it was a Sunday. We were the only ship in port, so congrats to us on that. There would have been 3 or 5 other ships. We may not have left the ship. I don't know. It would have been then very hectic, but we were the only ship. And we walked along the roadway, and we got to the cable car. And Jen is not a cable car fan. She's not a fan of heights. But anyway, Jennifer and I, she bucked it up, and we paid a ticket and got on there. We went to the top of the cable car, and it was fantastic. We really liked it. Calm and quiet, a gorgeous sunny day, and I got a number of photos taken, including the photo that's on one of my shirts. Traveling with Bruce T-shirt has a shot of St. Thomas from the top of the cable car. shooting right back at the ship and looking over the harbor. Gorgeous, beautiful, perfect day. We got so lucky with the conditions, and I got lucky with my camera. I got lucky with the shot, and it just, of all the photos I took, it was the best one. We loved it. She had a striped beer from Jamaica in those stubby little, red striped beer from Jamaica, a stubby little brown bottle, and I had a Diet Coke, and we just relaxed. By the time we were leaving, there were now 100 people up there, but when we got there were 15. There's nobody there. We came down again. I videoed all the way down the cable car on my camera, and Jennifer was using a few choice words about the little, those bumps you feel when you go over the wheels on a cable car. Yeah, every time we had one of those, go through a little under the tower, and she didn't like that. So a few choice words were being shared with the world in case anybody wanted to hear them or not. But all in all, we survived very well. And then we sauntered our way back to the ship, and we made a 3-hour, maybe 3.5-hour visit to St. Thomas on the Sunday morning. Very quiet day, gorgeous day, and it's one of our top memories. We really loved that. It was just perfect. We weren't being hustled by any street vendors, and we weren't in the back of a diesel bus going around corners and sharing a bus with 50 other sweaty people going to see. No, it was great. We really enjoyed that. Another memory I have was on the same cruise. We went to St. Martin, and the two of us, we walked into town. Didn't bother with a cab. We figured takes a half an hour, takes an hour. I don't care. We're going to saunter along. And we passed a number of bars and drinking establishments. We could have stopped any time for a cool one to relax, but we didn't feel it necessary. We kept on walking, went right into the little town there, went through there, enjoyed it, watched the folks on the beach getting hustled by the beach hustlers, trying to rent out cabanas, loungers, and buckets of beer. We got a real kick out of that because they were quite entertaining to listen to with their little pitch. We just sat down at an outdoor cafe type place. Jennifer grabbed a couple of Red Stripes, and I had a couple of Diet Cokes. We're sitting at a table with a little umbrella over us and in the shade. And we had Wi-Fi because we bought some product from this gal, and got to use her Wi-Fi. And there was a fellow sitting at the table next to us who was a crew member, and we got to talk to him a little bit about working on a cruise ship. Mentioned that we knew a friend of ours that also worked on the ship. Just did some visiting and just watched people. Did people watching. I think we were off the ship for about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. But it did get interesting because after that, we were walking back to the ship, and we did stop at a bar on the way back. We needed to use a bathroom, and we thought we'd get a little drink. And we're sitting at the bar, and packed. The place is packed, just humming there with business. And the one waitress walked by behind me, and she stumbled against a chair. I think one of the patrons was getting up, and she bumped into him, vice versa. She had a bottle of ketchup on her tray, and it was one of these plastic bottles. Anyway, it fell onto the ground, and the concussion of ketchup hitting the ground spewed ketchup into the air, and I got some on my shirt. And the bartender noticed it right away, and my wife laughing. I'm laughing about it. And he brought a towel over, and the manager came over, and she was horrified that this happened. Absolutely horrified, so apologetic. And within a minute, the bar tab was canceled. There was no charge for our drinks. And the second thing was she brought me a free T-shirt from the bar, a free T-shirt for the bar to take with me back to Canada. And many apologies, and no big deal. It all worked out, and it was a good day. Despite that, it was still a good day. Again, very little cost of doing that little trip. Really enjoyed it. We really did have a rather good time. Another memory would have been Mazatlan on a Pacific cruise. We did a Mexican Riviera cruise. We've done 3 of them now, Jennifer and I. Exactly the same itinerary. Although the first one left from San Diego, the second 2 left from Los Angeles. But we went to Cabo, Puerto Vallarta, and Mazatlan. And our first and our third trips included Mazatlan, where we got off the ship, and we got a free. You get a free shuttle from the ship because the cruise liner docks right where all the containers are. And so they have a little carpeted area where you can get off the ship, and then they have these little miniature tram vehicles that pick you up, and they take you through all the giant containers into the little shopping area they have there, and you have to walk the gauntlet through all the hawkers in Mazatlan to get to the street. Anyway, the first time we were there, we went with our pals, and they had arranged to meet friends that stay the winter in Mazatlan. And so we went to that shopping thing, walked the gauntlet, came out of there, and we walked along the street and noticed every block at every intersection were troop carriers with military members. The military boys with the machine guns. We felt quite safe, actually. There was no issues whatsoever. Very quiet, and we did tip our cap, and they tipped the cap back to us because they were there to protect tourists and make sure there would be no trouble in Mazatlan, and there wasn't. Anyway, we walked over towards a little dock where there were smaller vessels come in and out of fishing vessels, and we met this couple there and had a little drink there with them, and then we decided that we would grab a ride and head into downtown Old Town Mazatlan. And so we piled into the back of basically a pickup truck with a roof on it, kind of like benches. So we were looking at each other, sitting sort of sideways in this truck. And my buddy, the smart guy, he's in the front seat where the seatbelts are, and the rest of us in the back. Anyway, we went right into downtown at about 15 miles an hour and got dropped off there. We walked a couple of blocks downtown and ended up at the Best Western Hotel that was originally built in the 30s in downtown Mazatlan on the waterfront, the beach waterfront, right across the street from the beach in Old Town Mazatlan. And one of my the buddy of my pal's friend who lives in the winter there, he says, "You got to do this. You got to come with us. We're going to the roof of this hotel." And it's about a 15-story hotel. So we get into the lobby, walk through, come to the elevator, get in there, go right to the top of the elevator ride, which is about 12th floor. Then we have to go up 3 flights of stairs. And he said, "Don't worry, it's worth it." And we went up 2 flights, and there was a full floor bar, giant bar. And we went up another flight of stairs, and we're on the roof of the hotel, absolutely the roof. And there's a pool up there, and there's a cabana up there, and we had a 360-degree view of Mazatlan. And so a couple of us went downstairs to the bar, grabbed a couple of drinks for the party that we were with, went back upstairs, and we all had a cool drink, and we watched the area of Mazatlan, took photos, could see our cruise ship off in the distance, just perfect. Nobody was there from the cruise ship. The third trip, when Jennifer and I were there on our own, we did the same thing. We took that little ride through the containers to the mall, walked the gauntlet, and they have a free bus that takes you, a shuttle bus, right to downtown Mazatlan, across the street from a big church, big cathedral. And once we got off of that, we walked from that cathedral towards the hotel, because we had seen the hotel from our ship. We knew where it was. And so we went and we found the hotel. We walked all the way there. It took us about 20 minutes, no problem. In the shade, of course, because the streets are so narrow and the building's about 4 stories high and the sun doesn't even hit the street. And went to the hotel and did the same thing. Went to the top, and there was nobody there this time. We were there at about 10 in the morning. Nobody there. The bartender was just opening the bar. Got a margarita for Jennifer. Got myself a Diet Cola. And we stayed up there for about 2 hours with free Wi-Fi provided, and checked all our emails and said hi to everybody back home. Fantastic experience. Walked our way back to the cathedral again, and then took the free shuttle bus back to the ship. And that whole experience was cheap. Didn't have to pay for a stinky tour or anything like that. Loved it. Just loved it. I can't recommend that enough. So those are some of the memories that we've had, our favorite memories of being on cruise ships, which have nothing to do with being on a cruise. It was just so nice to be on the top of that hotel, to look back at your ship and film it, video it, and know I'm sleeping on that thing tonight. That's my hotel. Best looking hotel in town, I'll tell you that. Pretty darn nice feeling. We really enjoyed it. Last memory I'll share before I finish up saying hi to you guys was Cayman Islands. Since I used to live in the Caymans, Jennifer and our daughter and I, it was like old coming home, homecoming week, I guess I should say. We were on the Epic, the NCL Epic, and it had a one-day stop, and we got on one of the early tenders, got onto the shore, and walked right past all the tour operators and the cabbies and all the hawkers and everything else. We had rented a car. We had rented a car for the day already on the internet, and we walked through the old downtown, which we used to use for banking and paying our phone bill and checking the post office. It was kind of nostalgic to walk through the area, but this time as a tourist. And we hiked our way to the car rental center. And the guy there, an islander, he quickly figured out that we used to live on the island. So, we started talking about the island. What's going on the island? And we were asking him, there's this big hill. There's this huge hill in the distance that I spotted with my binoculars off the ship in the morning. What is that? He says, oh, you're talking about Mount Trashmore. And I'm going, Mount Trashmore? That's new. When I was on the island in 1998, 99, 2000, at that time, they used to incinerate their trash. They'd burn it. And the heat would be used to create electricity. They used to help power the power plant. You can't do that anymore with the environmental rules nowadays. And so they are stacking it, and it got to the point where they used to export their trash to Honduras or Belize or Guatemala or Jamaica. I mean, literally, they would take dump trucks of trash to the pier, and the trash would go into containers, and these containers would be loaded on the ships, and it would be sailed away to be disposed of in a landfill somewhere that the islanders can't see. Well, countries don't take other countries' garbage no more. We don't want your garbage anymore. Sorry, deal with it yourself. Well, the Caymans have no way to deal with their own garbage. And so they started to pile it up. And pile it up they did. And they have now got a hill that's got to be 15 stories tall. It's huge. And the hill, on occasion, has caught fire. How do you like that? A garbage fire. And in the Cayman Islands, when if you ever are there, you'll probably notice that the cruise ships all point into downtown Georgetown. And the reason that they are all parked and pointing at downtown Georgetown is because the wind is coming at the front of the ship. The wind is coming from the east, heading to the west, heading to Mexico. And when there's a fire on Mount Trashmore, the wind carries the black, stinky garbage smoke from the east to the west, right over top of the cruise ships that are parked in the water with all those spending tourists that can now smell the ambiance of burning Cayman. Now, this is a huge political football. They've had 4 elections now since Mount Trashmore became an issue, and every election, what do you do if you want to get elected? You promise to get rid of Mount Trashmore, and you get elected. And when you get defeated, you wait till the next election and you say, I'll get rid of Mount Trashmore, and you get elected, because no one gets rid of Mount Trashmore. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger because they're still trying to figure out what to do with it. And they now have another problem called leaching. It rains, and the rain goes through the dirt that they put on top of the garbage, seeps through the dirt, seeps into the garbage, seeps through the garbage, comes all the way down to the bottom, and leaches out the side. And oh, can you imagine the chemicals that are coming out of the bottom of Mount Trashmore? And some of that water is going, some of that runoff is going into the harbor behind on the east side of the island. Not a good thing. And so they're really dealing with it. Anyway, for Jennifer and I, we rented a car, talked to him about Mount Trashmore. We got a car, and we drove all over the island. Of course, we knew the island. We were surprised and shocked that they had changed the roads. In 10 years, they had made changes. How dare they do such a thing? But we found our way around. We found the home we used to live in, a townhome we used to rent. We drove to it, took a few photos of it. Still there. And then we drove to one of the grocery stores, Foster's. We went to the salad bar and bought a couple of big plastic containers full of their famous salad bar. If you're an expat and you work on the island, do not be surprised if you're ever on the island in Foster's. You'll see people with suits and ties coming into the Foster's food fair, and they're going into that salad bar, and they're picking up all kinds of items in a big plastic tray. They weigh it and get charged by the gram. That's their lunch. That's the lunch at work. Well, we knew that we would buy this for our lunch at Rum Point because that's where we drove. And Rum Point is all the way on the other side of the island. Now, when I say that, it's all of 20 miles away. But nonetheless, we were all over on the other side of the island at Rum Point, hanging out for about 4 hours. They have hammocks that are in between giant palm trees. And they have all kinds of signage. There's a big pole with all these signs saying Miami, this many miles, Havana, that many miles, Montreal, Quebec, this many miles, Berlin over here, Singapore over there. Just fantastic. Take pictures of all this stuff. You can do some swimming and hanging out. That's what we did, and we loved it. And we drove all the way back, dropped the car off at the car rental agency, and then they dropped us off with the car rental right to our pier. And we then waited in line to get on the ship. And that was a great day. But of course, it was for sentimental reasons. We used to live there, and we could see the island the way islanders would see the island. And we did get a real kick out of that. So there's some memories there of some of our best cruises. And none of them have anything to do with being on the ship itself, because you folks know when I'm on a cruise ship, what do I want to do? I want to be in the spa, baby. That's where I am. And on all of these ships, I was on the spa and enjoyed it immensely. But I love these shore excursions. They were really wonderful. Absolutely a wonderful time. Let's see here. Any more comments before we pack this in here? They were coming in a little bit. Let's see here. Gary is here. I'm in. Hi, Gary. Robert Brandt, Red Stripe was great. Reggie and your man, our cruise, one cruise, my man volunteered for a juggling act, and they juggled a hatchet and a sword over his head, and all he got was a bottle of champagne. He could have lost his head. Well, that would have been a hell of a show. Maybe he would have gotten more for that. Have you ever thought of that? If he'd have moved his head, maybe he got a free dinner out of the deal with the hospital stay. I don't know. I'm just saying. So Tweety, oh my God, Reggie and man, on an anniversary cruise, my man won 2 pearl bracelets in the jewelry store raffles. Nice gift for me. Well done. Brittany Lockwood, a favorite memory I have from my cruise, has to do with being the only ship in St. Martin. And my mom, one of my aunts and I got 2 drinks because I had a cruise line lanyard on. Right on. Brittany, on the same day that happened, I got my hair braided. Puza Studios. Hey there, Bruce. It's been my fellow Montrealer. How you doing, Puza? Robert Brandt, St. Martin is another fun port. So Tweety, sweet story and great memories. Rob Souter, I always wondered where all the Canadian stubbies went. That's right, they went to Jamaica. Nurse Nancy, gotta go. God bless all. Thank you, Nurse Nancy. MG Toe, Bruce, you're like the La Docha Vita vlog. You've only been on 3 or 4 cruises. No, I've been on 7 now. Actually, I've been on 7. I haven't told you all the stories. I got more. But I'll be on many more shortly because I'm getting ready to cruise. Reggie and your man, bye, Nurse Nancy. Kirk, I'm looking to do Canadian cruise from New York City with the family. That will be pretty good, Kirk, especially in the fall. Next year, maybe. You'll see the beautiful colors. That would be kind of nice. Or in the summer to Quebec, Montreal, up to St. Lawrence. Nice. I'm Gito. Old Town Mazatlan is full of beggars trying to hustle you. Haven't found that. I've been there now 3 times. Haven't found that. But hey, depending on what part of town you go to, I guess. Reggie, Kirk Brunson, we did that. Our New York City twice. Loved it. Very good. Tom Henry, traveling with Bruce. Do you have any news on the NCL Star? Sounds like she needed some engine repairs in Barcelona before her turnaround to St. Martin, or transatlantic St. Martin. Have not heard anything on the Star at all. Had not. I'll check into it though. Let you know. But I haven't heard anything about it. Kirk, love Canada on my own. Just hope there's a lot to do with a 7-year-old boy. Yeah, you'll be fine. On a cruise ship, lots to do. And then on land, oh gosh, yeah, Does the boy eat? If the boy eats, you're gonna have lots to do. If the boy doesn't eat, you might not have as much to do. But if the kid eats, you're fine. You're gonna be just fine. Oh yeah. Mary Ellen Shaw, I want to do the tram in St. Thomas in September. We agreed to go to Coral World because that was where others in the taxi were going. Can you walk to the tram from the pier? I think you can. Yeah, 10, 15 minutes if I recall. Again, my memory might be off here, but I don't think it took that long to get there. But take a look at like Google Maps and just, you can see the overhead shot of the island. Zoom in on it. You'll see where the tram is versus where the pier is and figure it out. Otherwise, it's a cheap ride for a cab. MG Tow, Kirk, it's more fun going from Quebec to New York. Reggie and your man, MG Tow on Princess. Tom Henry, she spent the night in Port Barcelona. Interesting, Tom. Interesting. Kirk Brunson might be, but need to leave from New York City. MG Tow, got to go from New York to in. Well, do a back to back. Go in and then come back, or just make a round trip cruise if it's one of those round trippers. MG Tow, yes, Reggie, I did it on the first voyage, a Caribbean from the New England cruise. He did. I mean, it was a Royal Caribbean and was a New England cruise. I'm not sure what you're saying. So, Tweety, nobody likes a dumpster fire. Yeah. MG Tow, Caribbean Princess. Okay, MG Tow, Kirk, go with Princess. MG Tow, Kirk, Carnival had news out today. Princess Cruises announces 2020 deployment to Canada and New England. So, Tweety, oh my God, what a disaster. Mount Trashmore. Yeah. MG Tow, Santa Clara, California, November 7th, 2018, Newswire. The 2020 Canada New England cruise season offered by Princess Cruise showcases the fall, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's all kinds. These announcements come out all the time. The cruise lines make a big deal. Oh, our new schedule for 2020 is out. Big deal. You have to have one for 2020. Guess what? You're going to have one for 2021 too, because the ship is going to sail for 25 years in a row. Yeah, I just don't get that excited about, a cruise 3 years from now, 2 years from now. Like, I just don't. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. MG Tow, foliage to iconic destinations along the East Coast, and even offers a trip to see the frozen landscape of Greenland. So Tweety, sounds nice. MG Tow, 2 ships sail the region. The debut of the Sky Princess, joined by Ocean Medallion enabled Caribbean Princess, and cruises go on sale November the 8th, 2018. Kirk Brunson, Princess Seems Great, was on Norwegian. MG Tow, stay away from NCL. Kirk, wow, I hear that, but I really enjoyed Norwegian. Tracy, gotta go, just got protest news to move on. Okay, from move on. Kirk loves to eat. Oh, then you're good, Kirk. Robert Brandt, you can walk to the Sky Ride. Edward Mullen, what about river cruises? Any thoughts? Absolutely fabulous idea. River cruises are available in the USA. They're available in Europe, available in China. Robert Brandt just got off a river cruise a few months back. Viking in Europe, loved it. I've got one of my cruisers, Mr. Brunfelds from Texas, going to be going on a Viking river cruise shortly. He will love it because he's been on Viking before. It's a 6-star service. It's not cheap, but it's the best, and you get your money's worth. It includes drinks, meals, shore excursions, everything. No extra charges. Very good. MG Tow, Kirk's until something happens. MG says, Robert Brandt, it's across the street from Haven Site Mall and Mary Ellen Shaw. Thanks, Robert. River cruises, just to go on that a little further, not for children. 18 and under, no. Some lines will not accept children at all. I would not recommend young children on a river cruise, to be honest. If you're my age or you're in your 40s or 50s, don't take kids. It's a very laid-back experience. For very young children, it could be just the kiss of death. You might not keep them occupied enough. I'm just guessing, because there are no water slides, no rock climbing walls, no kid zones, no children activity centers where you can leave the kids for a couple hours. None of that stuff. You got them the whole time. So for mom and dad, yeah, grandma, grandpa, oh yeah, absolutely. For 2 couples, great idea. For 2 couples exploring Europe on a river cruise, I highly recommend it. I think you'd really, really enjoy it. You'll be well fed. Get on a diet before you go. Lose some weight before you get on that ship, because you're going to be gaining it on it. You'll eat too much. You'll drink too much. You'll enjoy yourself, but not too much. You'll enjoy yourself. You'll really have a good time. But it is expensive, but I think it's worth the money. If you want to go on a 6-star cruise line on an ocean liner, Viking, same company, Viking River Cruises or Viking Ocean Cruises. Take a Viking Ocean Cruise. You will enjoy that as well. And again, you'll be well fed, well pampered, and you can use all the amenities of the ship for no extra charge, including the spas. By the way, that's the same on the river cruise. You can use all the amenities, no extra charge whatsoever. Pretty nice gig. Pretty good deal. All right. Robert Brandt, there is very little for kids under 15, 16, and most now require 18 and over. MG Tow, just put the kids in the closet, forget about them for a while. Give them to mom and dad. Drop them off with your neighbors. Bribe a relative, something. Get away from the kids for a while and enjoy an adult getaway. Yeah, going to Vienna and going to Nuremberg and going to Budapest and all of these small villages through Europe, the castle tours and wineries and into these small towns. You're looking at history everywhere you go. You'll love it. Absolutely. Make sure you've got a camera with a pretty good SIM card so you can take lots and lots of video and photos, because you'll be using it up pretty fast. You're going to come home with thousands of pictures and memories, and you'll probably make some pretty neat friends on the cruise, because you'll be sat at a table with 6 to 8 other people, and over the week, 10 days, 13 days, 16 days, you're going to make friends, and you'll exchange emails, and you may meet again. It is that kind of experience, and I think you'll enjoy it. Right on. There you go. Well, there it is. That's my show today, I think. An hour and 14 minutes today. I hope you enjoyed it. It wasn't too intense today. Not too much bad news going out there right there. Hopefully not. I hope you enjoyed my show. I did get 28 thumbs ups today. If any of you can spare me a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. Tom Henry, nice MG, put the kids in the closet. But I hope you're having a great day today, and we'll have a pleasant evening. Tomorrow, Thursday, I'm on twice. I'm on tomorrow at 5 o'clock for Cruise News, and I'm on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for live Traveling with Bruce primetime trivia. 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Be there or be square. We have fun, fun, fun. And I'll look forward to whacking some quizzes together. I'll be doing that tonight and tomorrow. Getting ready for you guys. 8 o'clock tomorrow night with some trivia quizzes. We'll have some fun with that. Other than that, guys, I wish you nothing but the most pleasant of evenings. Enjoy yourselves. Relax and recover from that election down in the USA. For the rest of us, I'm going to watch some hockey tonight. My Calgary Flames are playing tonight. I'm going to catch up with those guys between trivia quizzes that I'm working on. And I will keep an eye open for any other videos that I can put up on any cruise news that's going on. And again, any of you have any thoughts, suggestions, comments, let me know, and I'll look into the story. Tom, Henry, I'll look into that ship for you and see what's going on. Paul Lucas saying, laughing out loud, MG, you're just being silly, Tom. What can I say? Anyway, guys, have a pleasant evening. We will see you tomorrow evening at 5 Eastern time. In the meantime, this is Bruce saying thanks for joining me. Touch on 821 says, do a quiz on comedies and comedians. Do a quiz on that. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll see what I can do. Have a pleasant evening. November the 7th, 2018. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. This is Bruce saying bye for now, everybody. See you later.